welcome back, boils and feral ghouls, to the next episode of Let's Build a Dam at a Dam, or something like that. Yeah, so you might be noticing my little walkway here looks a little different. I somehow lost, I don't know, the last save or two from when we finished building this. So I had to come back in and redo it from scratch, and yeah, did it through the best that I could from memory. So yeah, we lost it. Either it disappeared or I accidentally overwrote it. And that is a damn shame. Yeah, we're keeping on with those damn jokes because they're damn funny. Alright, so here's one of the little changes I made is I actually have these little industrial pipeys thingies. Decided to throw a couple of these bad boys in here because maybe they found some inside the dam, something, or the other side, and dragged them up here. I don't know. But they look cool. So I threw them up here, and I didn't finish putting up all my walls yet. Figured that was close enough. We can start back into this because we got some changes here. As I said, we got another little walkway coming down this way so that we can get to that level as well as that level section over there. We got some stars and a little bit starting of a walkway there, and then of course we have the walkway come down here. So like I said, I tried to do as best I could from memory. I didn't bother messing with all this kind of stuff in here, and just threw everything in as quickly as I possibly could. And there we go. And so somewhere around this section is also where the elevator is going to go. And I'm going to see about maybe, you know what, maybe I'll use like the traditional elevator if I can find the darn thing. Find the damn thing. Yeah, every episode we're going to have some jokes. And you guys have been loving it because you've been giving them right back to me in the comments there, so keep them coming. Where the heck is the elevator? It is back in the regular menu. Let's have a look-see. Back in here, miscellaneous. House canopy. Yeah, there's a new thing that I just got. House canopies. They're pretty neat. Got all kinds of different styles. They all snap into each other, and that's all you get. But that'll come in handy at some point. I'm not seeing my elevators, though. I'm a little... Whoa. There's a boat. A little upset about that. I know they've been here in the past. I'm just going to use, like, you know, the regular one. All that junk. Nope. Vehicles, definitely not. Cubes, yeah, I don't even know where that came from. One of those weird things. Cloth structures, definitely not. Oh, there we go! Yay! Okay. We got 2 levels. I think we're gonna need, like, maybe the maximum. So let's drop Skippy out of there. Let's just make this guy. That's good enough for now. We're actually gonna keep it off. Turn that off. There we go. Off to the side here. So let's line this up like so, maybe. Because I don't want it to be like, you know, dead center of the walkway, because that's just gonna really muck things up. Excuse me. Yeah, that might work. And of course, bring this on over so it's not interfering so much. Alright, we're getting there. Let's put in a regular floor of some sorts to hopefully give that something to latch on to. So let's do one of these guys. Okay, now we should be able to, there we go, lock it in. And that's going to go way down here. And that looks like it almost, actually no, that should line up. Because I have everything spaced out according to floor heights, so that should work. Okay. Well, let's see how we do here. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Of course, this is becoming huge now. Let's play around here for a second. Let's bring these floors over just to make sure. Yeah, I just gotta direct them, that's all. Okay. Not that big a deal. That should be fine. Of course, we just need power to to make that work. Not 100% sold on that. Because the other idea that I had is right here. Same ones we've used before. Mostly we've got that guy there. All kinds of different setups. I was thinking, you know, let's take that guy out. We build like a platform, right? So let's just, for ships and bibbles, come out here. Let's you law. And then come back here. Get an elevator that doesn't snap. I thought it would snap to that. What are you snapping to? Oh, the floor down there. Well, that's not helpful. But anyway, I was thinking, you know, we'd go like somewhere about there. And then that way it would come down off to the side and not interfere with the walkway. So those are the options. Of course, we have the same exact thing with this guy here. Just see that snap to that one. And then we put stop here. Yes. And grab that guy. And then if we push the button, it obviously messes up. Because we didn't fix that. There we go. We come back on up here. Like that. And then, of course, you just got to put a stop button at each locale. And then, obviously, we can get rid of that and put a better frame in here. Something that isn't going to be all, like, in our grill and stuff. So let's see if that works. Let's call the elevator. That's not bad. I think we're just going to go with this guy, because I think this one's going to make way more sense. Of course, we'll just have to make sure everything lines up and works, yeah. I'm thinking, you know what, let's play around with that. There we go. So let's get rid of that. And take this guy, line him up. What about there, maybe? How does that look? Not bad, not bad. Then take this guy and stick him off, like, to the side here. Yes, I think. There. Now let's try it. Push the button. Okay, so we gotta go up just a smidgen, because I don't want our textures to fight like that. So, I probably should have... Well, maybe I can move that up a little bit, see what happens. Good. Okay, now, let's see how that works. We go up. Okay. Oh, I failed that again. Yeah, because we kind of went back in time to an older save, and I still never helped whoever was at, 10 Pines. Alright, now let's try that again. Oh, it messed up again because it went to the height of this thing. Alright, so we're going to have to play with that. So we want Boop that up there. Okay. Get this lined up. We're good. We're hunky-dunky. Okay. Oh, we're getting better. Of course, this thing's going to be, like, way up in the air, so we're going to have to build, like, a little platform for it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being picky. Could be. Alright, let's... 3 more times. Elevator goes up. Elevator goes down. Alright. Perfect. Then, yeah, we'll have to fix that because it's in the middle of the railing. So we'll boop this bad boy over. Just so that it's outside. Perfect. Alright, yeah, I think we're going to stick with that elevator. Sorry, buddy. I was going to use you, but you're just too big. Alright, so let's call the elevator up here. Oof. not gonna be too high. We might have to build like a little step-up platform. Now, let's see if we can actually get like a floor to like lock onto it up here. Does that? Ooh, it does! I like that. Excellent. And we don't have that much of a step up either. Put some stairs in here. Like so, and like so. Nice. That's about the halfway mark. That's about where I wanted one. Then we'll just have to build like some sort of frame support building thingamaboober. Cool. Alright. So let's go ahead and save and not overwrite anything important. We can probably overwrite that, but I will not. Sneaky peekies, actually. Let's see what have I got going on here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I got a lot planned for that location. I think I asked last video if you guys knew where that was, and you guys nailed it within seconds. That is, Zamonia? Zamonja? I don't know how you pronounce it. Never knew. If you guys know how to pronounce it, please let me know. Sick and tired of embarrassing myself on that one there. Alright. You know what? We're going to keep going down, I think, with the elevator. I want to see if I can get all the levels here done. So, we're going to start building, I guess, off of this platform here. And for now, we're going to keep kind of with the same design ideas. So actually, we can use maybe a couple of regular floors. Why not? That guy in there. That guy in there. Alright, now we'll switch it up to something fun. Go. Yeah. That R. Cool. And you know what? We're going to need another level of stairs down somewhere. You know what? I think I'm just going to play off of these here. So, let's go ahead and throw that there. And we can stick that there. Love that one. Stick that there. That though? There? Yeah, probably. So that way we don't accidentally fall, but we need something different, of course. Alright, now let's throw that in. We got anything else fun? We can do a half and a half. So nice. Alright, now we need more funner stuff. Let's see. We're gonna go to where we started, G2M. What does the floor look like? Can't see them. What does that look like? That's too nice. Too nice. Get out of here. Alright, we're gonna go back to something like that. Perfect. That's our elevator. Way the heck over there. Of course, we gotta mix and match. That way we get a little bit of a rainbow going on here. Alright. Need something different. We go back to our good friend the Kuru tab. And yeah, we're gonna put a nice metal floor in. I think we're gonna go for, yeah, one of these. Technically it's a roof, but whatever. I won't say nothing if you don't say nothing. And let's see what else we got. I think there's other textures here as well. Of course, we got those, but we can't be those just yet. Ooh, does that go down to the water? No! Just a little too high. Darn. Alright. Let's throw that one in there. I'm not worried about the walls yet. Right now, I want to get my elevator situated here. Okay. Where am I going? Where's the arena? Here we go. And back to the elevators, back into here. We need bootins. Lots of bootins. Alright, let's make that one. Let's start it off high. Yes. Oh, my highlighting started off. I'm like, why am I not? Okay, that one is linked. So yeah, as I was saying, we're going to start these off kind of high just to make sure that these just right. So let's put that one there. Yes. Grab. Excellent. Let's see if it works. If we can do a call to each floor. Down she comes. And of course it's going to do that. I forgot about that. We'll have to move our floors over. Oof! And we're going to have to move that. Oh, look at that! I got that perfectly lined up, though. Alright. So we're just going to have to move this guy over. Because obviously that's not going to work. I'll just kind of... Come on over there, Captain. Yes. Think it. Excellent. Now. What happens if I hit this button? Where's it going to take me to? Ah! Perfect! So we are at the bottom floor. So let's go... the first floor. That should take us right here. Nice! And second floor. Women's lingerie. Nice. Top floor. Awesome. Then if we're gonna go for the long ride, oops, all the way down to the bottom. Yay! Right through the floor. I guess I will have to fix that. That one's not too bad. That one lands perfectly. Awesome. And of course, if you want some exercise, you got all your stairs. Zip on up here, zip on up here, go through the tunnel. There will be some more stairs going up as well over there. Cool. Alright, we can overwrite that one. That one's safe. Safe save. I'm just so glad that the elevator's working. Okay. So, we're going to have to take you... put you over. Yes, I know. That's annoying that I have to redo that like every time. Okay, so we'll have to boop this in a few, I think. That might be enough. And we'll do the same up here. You know what? We're just gonna, instead of fighting with that, just do that. Okay. Of course, we can floor here. That one so much. Oh, because I didn't. Yeah, okay. No, actually, we're gonna have to. Whoops. No, not yet, because I want to check my height. That should be good. Yes. Link. Okay. Now we need another section of floor. You know what? Move back in here. No, here. There we go. And let's see. What do we have? Yeah. Have my snapping turned off. I did. What a dum-dum. Alright. Let's see. Want. Oh no, that's not gonna work. Well, that might work. Yeah, that's fine. Just get that right in there like so. Oh no, it's got the thing. The support in the middle. Yeah, there we go. We don't want that. That's better anyway. Okay. Nice. Perfect. And then of course, we'll have to build a little something for that to stand on. No big deal. Okay. Oh, we're gonna... I don't want to... Really? Yeah. Good snap. It, like, wants to, you can tell. Come on. Come on. Oh, so annoying. That's a... Really? Come on, man. Making me look bad here. Really? Ugh. Oh, that's awful. Alright, you know what? I like the bridge sections of these. Yeah, just give me a bridge section since you're being so difficult. Long, closed-in section there. There you go. That keeps people from looking up for anybody's walking by in a skirt. We don't have to worry about peeping toms. Nice. Love it. Alright, we got layers going on, and as I said, we're gonna have to fill in houses and such hanging off of these bad boys, too. Maybe we should build our first house. Where should we build a house? Right next to the elevator? Let's see. Maybe we'll build one with some porch. Where'd I find that? I think CVC's got some pretty good prefabbed houses. There we go. Of course, the supports are too short. But if we put that there, so close. No cigar. We could always continue that down, but we're probably gonna have to build our own, I think. Alright, so let's play around with that for a second. Little tip, if you decide to come in here to try to build here and you don't get the official, well, I shouldn't call it official mod, but the mod that actually makes this a settlement, and you decide to use something like, I think it's called Workshop Workbench Anywhere, you can come in here and scrap the water with that mod. Word of advice, do not try to pick the water up. I tried to do that when I first got here because I wanted to bring the water level up, to somewhere about there. And as soon as you grab onto it, your game will crash. So, word of warning there. But again, you could just scrap it if you really wanted to. So, that's completely up to you if you want to do that kind of thing. Let's see. Yeah. Put a little bitty something off of the back here. Like so. We don't want it to be perfectly rectangular. I want to have some fun here. Alright. Now that we have that, see how well these supports will do. There we go. Not those. We want something big and beefy and long. Like that guy. Telephone pole. Stick that like right up there. Right into the water. Perfect. Give him a little friend over here. I don't know if I'm going to keep this design, but for now we're just kind of playing around to see how this might look and play off. And then of course we'll have the houses built all on top of each other. That way, they're not just kind of like free hanging. Same thing with some of this walkway as well. We need some support for that as well. So we'll put that in there. We're going to have a lot of these supports just to kind of make this, again, look like it's actually being held up. Alright, we've got a house coming on. Let's see. You know what? Nope, let's get out of here. Let's go into... You know what? Let's try something completely different. Career tab. We're going to play with some of these textures. Let's play with some of the plastic ones. What do we got? Oof. Turn off our highlights so we can actually see what these look like. Not bad. Not crazy about the coloring on these. Let's try the next one. Well, that's a little better. It's a little more natural looking. Alright. Well, not very private, that's for sure. So you know what, maybe we'll do the back wall here. That way it lets in plenty of light. And I guess it is semi-private, because, I mean... Well, especially out here anyway, you got nobody really in the back there. Maybe somebody with a snipper rifle peeking at you or something. Okay, you know what? We're going to go for a plastic roof on that, too. Oh, you're not going to snap. Oh, that's a floor. Oh, I knew that. I'm just testing you guys. Oh, look at that. Plastic sheets. Nice. Alright, what else we got here? Do I have, like, roof pieces? The plastic ones? I thought we did. Well, got all kinds of funky wall pieces. They call that a wall? Okay. Got holes. Wall. Those aren't walls. What? What's going on here? Okay. Enough of that. We're gonna have to go into something to get some regular actual roof pieces, I think. Alright. There we go. way, though. Let's see, do we have any other variants of that? Not really. Of course we don't. Like all these little nice pieces, though. To keep that kind of stuff in mind. There we go. Dirty roof. I just need one more piece. You know what? We're gonna come back in here and we're gonna use like a regular roof section, I think. There we go. Just to really mix it on up. This house is just built out of whatever the heck they could find. Alright. Back to the grenade. Let's see. Corrugated metal. Where's my corrugated metal? Did I miss it? Right there. Nice, the black one. Yeah. That's nice and raunchy. Alright, there. That's going to be our door. Get in there. Boom. Alright, and we need... You know what? Yeah. Oh, that's a door too. Nice. I didn't know that. Do that so we have some privacy. We're throwing a different color for this one. There we go. So it doesn't look so samey. You know what I'm saying? What's we got? Ooh, those will come in handy. I figure they're in here. Of course, none of that's what I'm looking for. Green only is not going to give me what I want. Well, I mean, it will. I want something that, like, is going to hang off the side here. I suppose I could do that. Or that. That is pretty neat, but not what I need. Alright. I'm going to have to come in and grab, because I want one of these guys. Just got to figure out where. You know what? This goes with that roof. Maybe we'll do that there. Or do I want that to hang off the back? Oops. There. Over there. Take that guy. Stick that there. Yeah, I think I kind of like that better. Alright. And then regular wall. Stick this like that. That makes a lot more sense. Over here, you know, maybe we can do something like that. So we get a little more space. No, because I want to build his neighbors like right on top of him, essentially. That's another thing too, is maybe we'll see if we can figure out how to do multiple stories on some of these or something. Okie dokie. Let's see. Alright, now we'll go back to our little friend here. Whoops, we're right past it. Okay. What do we got for wood textures? Sanded. White. Gray. Too nice looking. Well, that's better. Kind of weird. I'm gonna... Okay. Doesn't like that spot. So we'll throw that one there. And we'll put his little friend here. No, those are too close to each other in appearance. Alright, what else we got? Oh, that's the one I already used. I was like, wait a minute, that looks so familiar. Yeah, you dummy. Ooh. Like that. Perfect. Alright. Oh, I just saw a bunch of half walls in here, I think. No. Nope. Okay. Maybe... Yeah, there we go. Throw this guy. Aw. Same old design, just different color. That dude there. And... use palette. Nice. We got our first house built. Okay. Now that we have that, it's so weird that that's like that. Let's see. Go into USO warehouse. And we can use one of these. Here we go. I kind of like that too, because now that's going to help tie that in a little bit. We're just going to make this one a nice little small doer. So, and we'll put up a couple of walls for this one. Do we want to use some barn walls, maybe? That might be fun. Throw a little something, something in here. Need some window. And try that. I like that one though. That's a little more fun. Okay. No, we're gonna stick with the holder. They got a lot of red paint at some point. You know what? We need some privacy from the elevator. Boom. And we got another little shacky here. We need a roof though. Unfortunately, I don't think we can do anything like that. Or could we? Does that go into that? Let's check that out, because that could be fun. Oh, perfect! It doesn't. Throw that in there. Nice. Love it. Alright. We gotta find the filler pieces. And we've got another house. Boom. And of course, we've got some gapping there, but we can fill that in with some supports. Like so. Throw that guy there. We'll see if that interferes from underneath or not. Or inside, I should say. Yeah, something like so. Now, we don't really need much for there because we already got that. So let's see, how does this look? Oh, geez, yeah, no, that's not going to work. Yep. We're going to have to unsnappy it and do it ourselves. Right there in the corner. Come on out and see. How does that look? Not bad, not bad. We're getting there. Just have to do something like so. Get up there. Okay, let's go inside and see how we're looking. We'll have to snap on a friend for him. Perfect. You know what? We'll do the same. Really? Ah, you smell. What? Oh, that's the thing. The elevator. I was like, what in the world? So that looks pretty cool. I like that. Alright, any others? I think that was all of them. Cool! Right. We got a couple of houses. Nice. Alright. Now, I'm not going to fill the whole entire thing up, obviously, because we want to be able to see as much of this walkway as we possibly can. But every here and there, I'll put some sort of building slash house deal of some sort. I might change those out because I'm not feeling those, but we'll see. We got made some headway here and got some ideas. I'm probably going to build into this cliff as well, maybe. We got some good little platforms. Everybody keeps asking, too, if I'm going to put some docks down here. Yes, eventually I will. I don't think I'm going to bring the elevator all the way down. I'll probably just put like another little set of stairs, and then, yeah, there'll be some sort of dock down here for fishing and for water production, etc., etc. And, yeah, I haven't really decided what I'm doing up here. I don't know if I want to build an entire village up here as well, because then we're going to end up with a ton of buildings. I'm probably going to reproduce more or less what I did over there, over here, with some guard tower-y thingies. And, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I feel like if I build up here, it's going to be kind of like my London Bridge build that I've done. Maybe we can... Got to do something up here, otherwise it's going to be very plain. But then again, maybe that's kind of the point. You know, hiding in plain sight. Let's turn that off so we can come back here. I mean, all you're going to see is just, you know, that little bit there, and that little bit there. And then, maybe one little shack thing here, because I got to build something for the supports there. And actually, a nice little shack would actually be a pretty decent idea. That way you can stand out on the rain while you're waiting for the elevator. Yeah, so many ideas. I don't know if you folks have any ideas or thoughts, etc. Please leave them in the comments. Let me know what you think I should do. If I should do another whole village up on the top here, or just build everything down in here and out in here. Because then I could also put like a big village in the water itself. You know, just on top of the water. And I gotta say, I kind of like that idea the most. Then, like I said, we're keeping this basically hidden from all the raiders out there. So, there we go. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think I should do. And I may or may not listen to you folks. We'll see. But so far, I think I'm kind of voting for everything on the backside here. Awesome. I'm really, really liking this build. Thanks again to the person who suggested it. This is going to be damn fun. Alright. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Until then, don't get irradiated.